At some point, you will get an error in one of your scenarios in make.com, and then if you don't handle it, your scenario will automatically get turned off. So in this tutorial, you will learn exactly why that happens, and I'll also show you 3 error handlers that you can use to stop it. So I created this example scenario to demonstrate errors and error handling. It's very simple. We're first watching for rows inside a Google Sheet. In this case, it is a Google Sheet with a bunch of bookings with names and dates. Then we want to add that to our Google Calendar, and then we want to update our Google Sheet with the event ID from the Google Calendar over here. So let's run this once, and then you can see what happens. So we have our first row from the Google Sheet, this one over here. And as you can see, we're going to get an error over here. So we need to handle this error. So over here, you can also then click on it and you see what is happening. So it says here, a required field is empty or in the wrong format. And then it says here, invalid date in parameter start. So over here, we set when the event is starting. And as you can see, we got an error there because over here, the date says tomorrow. It is not a valid date format. So if we don't handle this, the scenario will automatically be turned off after a few times, which depends on your scenario settings. If you go down here and then go to show advanced settings, you can see that it says here, errors before deactivation. And now by default, it says 3. You can also change it to a different number. But so that means that if you're going to get an error 3 times in a row, the scenario will be deactivated until you intervene and fix whatever is going on. And that's why we want to use error handlers to deal with these errors automatically, so that whenever an error happens, the scenario just keeps running, it keeps running, it keeps running. So what we can do, for example, is the simplest one, is we can add an error handling route. So over here we can click add error handler, and then you see that we have these error handlers over here. So we have skip, retry, resume, commit, and rollback. Commit and rollback is mostly for like databases. It's a bit more technical. I will not cover that, but I want to show you skip, retry, and resume. So skip, if we add here the skip module, basically what it does, it just says, whenever an error happens inside this specific module, just ignore it. We do not want to know about it. We do not want to do anything with this data. We do not care. Just ignore it and then go on with the next scenario run. So then if we would have an error, you see here we had an error. So here it says, okay, we have again an error. You see here it went to skip and then basically nothing happens. Then also if you go here and you go to your scenario execution history, you see that my first demonstration, we got an error. And now it says actually that it is a successful scenario run. So personally, I would only use this error handler, the skip error handler, if it's not important at all what is happening. Because it could be that you're going to have 300 errors in a row and you will never know because the scenario execution was marked as successful. So I'm not such a huge fan of this. You would maybe use this with like analytical data where you sometimes have an error and you're like, okay, if it sometimes doesn't go through, then it does not matter so much. So something that is much more common is the retry module. So the retry module is basically whenever there is an error in that module, it will then retry the number of times that you set here in the interval that you set. So by default, if you have this, it will retry 3 times with an interval of 15 minutes. And then also when you click here save and click on this, it says like, hey, this directive requires storing of incomplete executions to be enabled. So you need to go back to your scenario settings over here and you need to say here, store incomplete executions. Click yes. So click save and then we click run again. And then now you see we have again another error. This time it says there is a warning. So again, it says invalid date in parameter start. Then it followed down to our error handler, which you can, by the way, also recognize by these outlined. You see how it's different from a regular line to the next module. And you see now that it says like, okay, like we're going to retry this later on. Also, if you then go here and you go to incomplete executions, you can now see this scenario execution over here. and you can see that it says, okay, the status of this is scheduled. It's scheduled in 15 minutes and we've not tried an attempt yet. If you click on this, you can also see what happened over here. You can see what error there was. So you can also manually say, okay, please retry it now. Then it says in progress. And then if we refresh the page, then now it should say unresolved. And it says unresolved in this case because we give it an invalid date format. We can try how many times we want, right? But this format is not going to change. So the retry module here, in this case, would not make much sense for this specific error. The retry module is handy for errors that happen probably temporarily and might resolve in a few minutes or in a few hours. So sometimes you get a timeout error or an authentication error. So it's the platform on the other side that says like, hey, we're busy right now. Like we cannot like handle with your request. Please try again later. So then if you do not have a retry module there, then nothing is going to happen with it. But if you have this retry error handler, then we just say like, okay, we know that the error is there. We're going to retry 3 times or maybe even 10 times with an interval of 60 minutes. So basically we say over the next 10 hours, we're going to try again and again and again. So then we have another error handler, and this error handler is a little bit different. So we have here the resume error handler. So what this does, it skips the error and then goes further to the next module in your scenario. So the first skip error handler would just say, okay, error happened, we stop right away. With the resume error handler, we say, okay, the error happened in this module, and then we just continue anyway. And then if you want, you can also add some data, some like basically placeholder data of what you think might would have happened there. Or in my case, I just want to say here that an error happened, error needs review. So if I now click save here, click save again, we run the scenario. So then you see that we have the incoming data from our Google Sheet. We tried to add the event to our Google Calendar, but again, we got an error. So now we said here, resume, please resume. And then it went further to the next module. It updated the row in the Google Sheet. And then as you can see over here, it now says error needs review. Because over here, we tried adding the event ID. And over here, we said event ID error needs review. So these are the 3 main error handlers that I think are very handy. To go a little bit more advanced, what you can also do is you can also create a router inside your error handling route, and you can also handle different errors depending on what kind of error it is. So for example, we could say this is a timeout error. So then I would just say here type message detail contains timeout. And if it's a timeout, we want to retry it. And I'll set this again to 10 and maybe every 30 minutes. And we click save. And then I'm going to order the routes. And then we're basically going to say this is going to be our fallback. And then I auto align, I click save. So now what happens, if we have an error over here, it goes to the error handling route. And then we check what kind of error do we have. If it is a timeout error, then we're going to retry and try to resolve this problem. If it is any kind of other error, then we do resume and then we continue to the next module. Now you can take it even a step further and you can also add regular modules to your error handling route. So we can also say here, add module, and then maybe you want to notify yourself by email. So you want to say here, send an email. Now then you can just like fill this out with something. And then what will happen is that if there is an error, if it's not a timeout error, Then we're going to send an email notification to ourselves, and then we do resume, and then we do continue. So I hope that this helped you understand how error handling works in Make so that your scenarios don't deactivate, so that they just keep running. If you want to learn more about this, I also put a cheat sheet in the description below, which also has a little summary of error handling.